Episode 242. The mics are hot, the cameras are hot, and this is episode 242 of the No Hangover podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow across all platforms. We're on YouTube, we're on Apple Podcasts, and we're on Spotify. Check us out on our socials on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast and on TikTok at No_Hangover. Like the reels, like the content, comment on it. Let me know what you like, what you don't like. If you think I'm the smartest guy in the world, if you think I'm a dumbass, let me know and we'll go back and forth. We're back with another one. Special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
What's up, No Hangover? Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming.
My name's AnOne, for those that know me. For those that don't, I'm Mr. Orap Studios himself, a.k.a. Orap Studios, Orap Records.
Yeah, it's a dope little...
partner up with a dope label.
Yeah, so. It's definitely a dope setup that you guys have over there. I've been... just to give a little context, for people that follow, he produces, On the Bench with Bubba and Pink and the Aspired podcast that I've been on a few times. So that's how we, got connected, linked up, and
Jaw Jacking. Shout out to the Jaw Jacking too.
Oh shit, yeah, I didn't even know they were.
There's more, but we'll mention those three.
I bet. Yeah, but that's how we, got connected, and he's a cool dude, and I'm a cool dude, and we
a couple cool dudes
for real. So what more is there to say? We're here talking, and I mean, for the few times that we've talked and things before this, and even now, I mean, seems like you've lived quite a life, to say the least.
You could say that. Yeah. I mean, actually, man, like I have no complaints. It's, like everybody has their ups and downs, but the majority of my life has been all about just following my dream and like doing what I genuinely believe in as far as, what I want to obtain and get out of life. So, whether it be, we talked a little bit about the club life, from bar back into promoter to management to studio to rap artist, right. You name it. I've been in the industry on the better part of 20-21 years. So
yeah, and
long time.
Where did that? I guess let's take this all the way back to the beginning. Where did that all kind of stem from? I guess you're not from Orlando originally. You said you were from Louisville, Kentucky.
Originally from Louisville, Kentucky. I lived there till I was about 17, 18 years old. I think 18 years old. I actually started in the music industry when I was closer to 14 years old.
Damn, young.
Yeah, so to fast forward it all the way back, my big brother was a part of a pretty big group called Dre Trade back in the days. And
bring the mic to you a little bit closer.
Called Trade back in the days. And he's... was with Digital Underground, like back when Tupac was like a dancer.
Damn.
Yeah, so, music's been in my family for a very, very long time. So by the time I was like 13 or 14, that's when I started rapping. Actually got a pretty decent sponsor. Back in the days, there was auto parts store called Nationwide. I don't know if you're familiar with them.
Isn't that like an insurance group now? Like Nationwide
is on your side. Yeah, they have everything. But back in the days, they were like a whole like auto part store or auto part like warehouse, so to speak. Yeah. And they would put money up for shows and stuff like that. So at 13 or 14 years old, I was doing pretty big shows.
Damn.
So I'm not gonna say thousands, but definitely hundreds. For sure.
And
a lot of festivals and stuff. So
were you good? You still rap?
I still write,
Still write?
I still get in the booth from time to time. These days I'm more on artist development.
Yeah.
I have ears that a lot of people don't. Just being in the industry and listening to so many mixes and production over the year, that I've kind of molded into more of like artist development and helping the artists actually establish their own sound. So that's more of my role. But yeah, I still get busy.
Still dabble a little bit.
I
mean, talking about artist development, I feel like, I've been doing this podcast for a while, but this is really the first year that I've, dipped into the music scene and more specifically like rap hip hop scene in Orlando. And from people that I've talked to, from artists to, promoters to, faces of the city, it kind of seems like the artist development part is kind of lacking here in Orlando a little bit.
I don't disagree. I was actually just having a similar conversation with Alfred Chapman the other day. I don't know if you know Chapman.
Yeah, I've had him on the pod.
Shout out to Chap.
He's cool dude.
And I told him, I'm like, Orlando as a city and as a whole, we are not lacking in any kind of talent.
Right.
Like the talent is here. It's beyond here. There's so much talent here. It's not even funny why we aren't the face of Florida as far as the hip hop scene goes. But I feel like it's the lack of the educational side. So the artists, they may understand business, but they don't understand business.
Right.
So we use the word, clicky a lot. Orlando's tends to like click up with their own people, and part of the biggest movement that we're doing with the merge between I4 Records and Orap Studios and becoming I4 Studios is literally just that it's time to like start unity, right? So right now we're focusing on unity. And basically what we did was just take this part of Orlando and this part of Orlando and mesh them together. And, now it's time for you guys to get on board.
Right. And so you said Orap Studios and I4 Records. What were those two different entities, and what kind of like brought you guys to this point to come together?
So Orap Studios originally is me and my business partner SG, or Matt Nawada, and a couple other silent partners throughout the years. But basically since day one, it's always just been me and Matt. So for like the last 13 years, Orap was just me and Matt.
Right.
But we're the studio side of it. I've always done more of the management side, keeping the business, the day-to-day life going, and Matt obviously taking over like the audio side, engineer, producer, etc. I4 Records is actually the CEO. His name's Dave, Big Dave Ross. I4 Dave. Oh, you know what I'm saying? The big one, not the little one. No, he has a well-established and really well fine-tuned running label right now. And believe it or not, the majority of his artists have been recording with me anyway since they were like teenagers, literally like 14, 15 years old. So it was kind of like a no-brainer. I was kind of more heading towards the direction of starting the label instead of the other, because of the majority of the artists that I've already worked with. I've already got them signed to major labels.
Yeah.
So I work with major label artists daily, literally, and I just don't like the business side of having to deal with the labels. And it got to the point where it's like, aside from maybe some sign-on bonus money, what could the label do for the artist that we couldn't do? Because we're already doing that with the artist development anyway. And just, the years of being in the industry, the kind of ins and the outs and this, that, and the other. And I would just say it was perfect timing. Like Dave came in like, yo, I4 needs a home. And, I've known Dave for a while, so it kind of just made sense. And it was just like perfect timing. It was like, bro, let's do this. Let's merge and take over the city, and we went from there. And literally the 17th will be grand opening. So for any of you guys that are around in the music industry, production, recording, video, streaming, podcast, anything like that, please stop in, check us out, get to know my crew, meet the staff,
Yeah. Shit, I fucking
have a good time. Yeah, definitely make sure you're there, brother. Definitely make sure you're there, dude. It's definitely so we've been kind of doing soft openings daily, and without saying too much, all of your favorite artists and all your biggest rappers have been in our studio within the last week. So we've completely gutted everything out. It's all brand new floors, paint. The aesthetics is just gorgeous, right? Yeah. And we're going more into the idea of catering more towards our artists,
right?
So when you walk in the facility, you see, wow, like these dudes are putting on for their artists,
right?
And I just feel like there's not a studio that's really doing that.
Well, I feel like that's very important, especially nowadays. I mean, you see it a lot in sports too. In college, like the money that is going into the facilities for the athletes and things like that, it does go a long way. And it, people can say, what they want about it, and it's just extra and it's this, and you're just wasting money. But like when you're in that type of, I feel like when you're in that type of headspace, when you're having to perform and put on, especially, athlete, rapper, musician, they're kind of one and the same in a lot of senses. Like those little things do matter. And the being comfortable and the, feeling like the people that are there for you are actually there for you goes a long way.
I mean, absolutely, dude. It takes a team, right? And that's
for sure.
That's what Orlando lacks. I feel like they lack the business side, and it's just simple understanding. Like there's no big homie that's kind of like taking them under the wing saying, hey, do this, do that. And just unity in general.
Well, and something I've heard a lot too is gatekeeping. and I guess
but is that really a thing?
Oh, and again, I mean, I from what I've gathered, I feel like it's kind of a mixture of both, to where maybe the guys who are kind of at the door, quote unquote gatekeeping, might be doing that, but also I've kind of seen, just from the little that I've seen, that it seems like the artists as well, it seems like they get to a certain point, they get comfortable, and then that's kind of, oh, I'm cool with this, I'm good with this, and aren't necessarily striving for more. And that kind of, like, in a sense, is kind of it can be a slap in the face to the people who are trying to bring you up and trying to and putting on for you, and you're doing all this other shit. So then it kind of in turn doesn't like, if I was in that space, I wouldn't want to continue to do favors for people who are only going to do half-ass shit and might have the talent.
Disagree, for sure.
And
business is key, man. Like, I don't care how talented you are, like, you have to have business with me. And that's just, I feel like, and the reason why I ask if that's the thing, because I feel like if your standards are high and you are high enough, right, and you literally demand your standards and expectations be met, I don't feel like that it exists, because as an artist, if your music is that fire, who can gatekeep you?
Right.
That's just me personally. Now, does it happen? Can it happen? Yes. And then we were just talking about the Orlando's extremely cliquey, but that doesn't mean that you need to go through X, Y, and Z to make it out of Orlando. Those are just known people here.
Right.
But there are so many other people out of Orlando that are on such a bigger platform than these so-called gatekeepers.
Right.
It's just that people are so simple-minded, they don't understand the business and how to network and get out. Like,
yeah,
you gotta think bigger than Orlando,
and social media is definitely, it's bridged that gap, between the middleman of needing that. Like, like you said, if your music is really that fire, like,
you're gone.
Right.
Like, make a TikTok.
Right.
So my question to the artist that would say that they're being gatekeeped is, what is your networking looking like? Right. How's your communication skills?
Right.
Like, what are you doing to, like, better your music? Cool. It's a dope song.
Right.
How are we promoting it? Who's listening to it? Where are you pushing it? Because a lot of the artists that I've run into, obviously outside of, my day-to-day artists, but a lot of your walk-in artists, we'll call them that, as far as the studio goes, it never makes it past the studio. I'll send you files, you post it on YouTube, and then you sit and wait for it to blow up. Like, you're never ever going to blow up like that. Very rarely can you post one thing and it go viral like that. Like, and you have to put in the work.
Yeah, and even if it does, like, usually you see those people flame out pretty quick.
It's
kind of one hit wonder.
It's that one hit wonder, 15 minutes of fame. Right. Like, consistency is key in this industry, and it really, really is. And what a lot of people I don't think understand is, like, a hit's not made. You don't make a hit, right? You market a hit. You can literally take your favorite song that you've ever done, right? Say you're an artist, pick your favorite song, you can make it a hit. You can't make trash a hit, but you can market a hit, is what I'm getting at. I mean, so that would be, my objective to these artists saying that the city is being gatekept. There's so many other options out there, and what are you doing to look past those options?
Right.
Are you just throwing your hands up and say, "Oh, I can't get past this"? Well,
and that's kind
of self-defeating, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's also something that I've, to your point, it's kind of like the lack of professionalism. Bingo. And not calling anybody out, but there's been a few people that I've tried to, sit down, schedule a podcast with for, and for one reason or another,
like, who are you? What am I like? What am I going to benefit from this? What do you mean? Like, the simple conversation,
or just
outside of yourself,
just not even showing up, or just last second canceling, or just being late. And it's like, at a certain point, it's like, well, I got, I can only wait around for so long. There's other things I got to do. There's so that side of it, it's, along with knowing the business and things like that, but just simple things like, just being on time.
Like, so let me ask you. Let me ask you this, because we can actually use this as an example of consistency, right? If an artist doesn't show up on you, do you just not do the episode?
Right now, yeah, I'll because right now, and I've mentioned this a couple times already, I'm gonna start doing solo episodes and start just doing like more topic stuff, things that whether it's sports, whatever the case may be, whatever trending topic, start doing that. But since I don't necessarily have like a set day where I drop and set days where I record and things like that. Issues, I don't, if they don't show up, then
you could always do a show tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then still drop it on.
Exactly. So for what I'm doing right now, it's not really an issue. It just kind of, again, reinforces those things of like, all right, like I hear you, I hear what you're saying about, maybe this person isn't helping out or this, but then also like, if you're not showing up when you're supposed to and you're not doing the things you're supposed to,
Bingo.
like, again, no hard feelings, but I'm not gonna, people aren't gonna want to bend over backwards for people who can't, at least be of their word, at the very least.
You can't, especially when you're in a profession, right? Because obviously everybody that does anything, right, is either for passion or for money.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, my most valuable asset is my time. Like, so I can't waste my time. I have so much more and I don't want to say more important, but other things to do, especially if I've committed my time to you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just
I think
chalk
people
it up as a loss.
Yeah,
and
I
keep
think
it
people
moving.
kind of lose that too, because especially again as a creative person, as an artist, as somebody like they just. I understand that part because you get so wrapped up in your own shit and you get so like caught up in your own work. I could see how the time can, kind of slip you a little bit, but like at the same time, like again, like,
but communicate.
Exactly. Hey,
brother, just, I'm running a little bit behind. Okay, cool. But don't tell me you're running behind when you actually never have any intent on showing up. Just say, hey, look, bro, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Yeah. I would at least respect you from then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it seems like kind of backtracking a little bit, what do you think this merger is going to help bring to the city and like what do you think is going to help move forward most with as far as the music scene and the rap scene with this merger between Orap and I4 Records?
So as far as the city goes, it's going to be all eyes on the city. You're literally talking about the hub now. And it's so much bigger than Orap ever was because it's more than just a studio now, dude. Mm. Now you're media, now you're the artist, now you're the business. So the idea of it and the goal of it and what we intend to hope to bring to the table is literally showing Orlando like, hey, look at us. Mm. We're doing it. Who's gatekeeping us? Mm. You know what I'm saying? We just took two powerful, heavy hitters and merged together to focus on one same goal. That means all of our artists come first, right? Obviously success is everybody's dream, but now it's like it's so much bigger than just the music side of it. It's the business is there, the marketing in there, the strategy is there. Like, so in a nutshell, it's going to just basically be the hub.
One-stop shop for all.
You say that. So like, we're recording, mixing, mastering, streaming, podcasts. I've got digital designers, creators, like anything you can literally think of, we do. Artist development plans, beat camps, production courses, like literally above and beyond what you could get from the day-to-day studio, which is why it's not just a studio anymore. Mm.
Damn, I might have to tap into that too, because
my boy, I got you.
I mean, besides the podcast and stuff, like I got these turntables here that I've been messing with a little bit and things
DJ
like
classes. I got you.
Shit, perfect. Yeah. We'll talk a little bit after.
We got you. Like, yeah, because so we're literally trying to make it to where it's like, I guess you could say we are the gatekeepers now. So that's why I said, is that really a thing?
Yeah,
because you can bypass all of that stuff with the right team.
For sure.
Because the difference of it is like with Orap, like I said, it was just me, it was just Matt, and obviously our dedicated fans and followers or whatever. But now you're talking about a team, 20, 30, 40, 50 deep every single where you go, every single move you make, every single thing you do. It's so much bigger than an individual at this point, like, because everybody's on the same page, and that's to make I4 the biggest label in the industry.
Well, shit. It seems like you're all heading in the right direction. And I think and I've been saying this to a lot of people that I have on, especially like any type of creative content creator, fucking musician, podcaster, whoever, is that now in Orlando, just in general, now is the time to strike, because the iron is hot. Orlando's one of the fastest growing cities in the nation right now.
Absolutely.
There's tons of new money moving down here. There's tons of development, tons of things going on in the city, to where it's like, tap in now, because in 2 years, when you finally build up the courage to do something or try this or do that, it's going to be too late. All these people that are moved down here are going to be invested in people, invested in that, doing this, doing that. And, those opportunities are going to pass by. So it's definitely, and that's something too that I've realized, is that not a lot of people because I'm from Orlando, born and raised. So, it holds a special place in my heart. But a lot of people who are from here don't necessarily know what's going on in their own city. Like, they're just so kind of like tunnel vision to their own hood or their own side or whatever the fuck, and don't really see the bigger picture of what's going on. And like that, again, it just like you're self-sabotaging. Absolutely. Like you're not doing yourself any justice or anything. And again, you can point the finger to whoever and this, that, whatever, but at the end of the day, like, you got to move yourself. Like you can't depend on anybody else.
It's just like anything else, though. You can't just like drag your knuckles and then expect a big successful payout. It's just not how it works.
Right. And that's kind of, the motivation about, I got this apartment, and I was specifically looking for a second room, so then I could just convert it to a studio, so then I wouldn't have these issues of where am I going to record? Do I have to spend X amount of money to make this and do this and do that? You can
cut out everything at home,
right? Cut out the middleman and let me do what I do until I have the funds to have a middleman or need exactly. So it's again, like, a lot of it is just, again, what your bigger picture is, what you're trying to do, like what you're trying to accomplish. And if just regional success, and there's nothing wrong with that, if that's what you want, then
Florida is one of those. First of all, Florida's huge.
Right.
So if you could just make it in Central Florida, there's enough people for you to make a living off of what you like to do. If that's your goal, set that as a beginner goal. Get there, and then what? Forrest Gump that shit. I got there, and then I kept running. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was running.
Because if you would have asked me 14, 15 years ago, did I ever expect us to be on this statue? And I would tell you absolutely not. Me and SG started Orap Studios to get away from our wives. I shit you not. We rented out a fucking room where we are right now at Discount Music Center, and we were paying this dude like fucking $400 a month to set the studio up so we can get away from our old ladies, bro. So we can actually work. Yeah. Right? Uh-huh. They didn't see the dream. They didn't understand. So I'm like, yo, I don't think you know, like, what we're doing, the moves that we're making. And you're talking about, bro, we were pulling movies and like we were doing shit then. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and then we were just sitting there one day and he's working on something and I'm having a few drinks and and I'm like, bro, why don't we just open this shit to the public and have it pay for itself instead of us having to pay $300 or whatever it is every month? He's like, well, what would we call it? And I was like, I don't know. And I looked on Google and I started naming some shit and I was like, let's name it ORAP. He's like, ORAP? I'm like, yeah, it stands for Orlando Recording and Production. He's like, I like it. Damn. I sat there and I made a logo on like an app in like 5 minutes, and then the next day I went and had that shit LLC'd. I locked in the name.
But it's that simple though. It really is that simple. Like this shit started with me and 3 of my friends, and No Hangover started because we were drinking a lot of that time, going out, fucking around, just kind of running around town. And
speaking of drinking,
yeah, go ahead. And kind of we would drink a lot and not really get hangovers. And that's kind of where it came from. And then,
I miss being young.
Hey, don't ask me that now because, I keep the drink.
Bro, I have a seltzer, dude, and I'm like sleeping in till noon.
Oh, but those joking, those seltzers, though.
I drink whiskey, bro.
Those hard seltzers, though, like, if I have too many of those shits give me headache. Like champagne.
Anything with sugar.
Yeah, that shit, I can't do that shit, but yeah.
Man, back when I was a rapper, bro, part of my package was if you wanted me to come in to perform in your club, aside from whatever the agreed payment was, is I wanted a bottle service for my homeboys. Yeah. So I got a bottle of Grey Goose, I got a bottle of Hennessy, and I got a bottle of Moet for me.
Damn.
And I would give the Goose and the Hennessy to the team, and I would drink a bottle of Moet to my face.
Did you have a rap name?
Yeah, AnOne. That's actually legally my name. So I DBA'd my personal name. So like you could write me a check right now as AnOne. I'll walk to the bank and cash it.
Oh damn.
So I mean, but that's what I'm telling you. Like artists understand business, but don't understand business. Like your podcast, or I'm gonna use your example. Your podcast. So you're a rapper, right? No Hangover. You're the rapper. I mean, are you even registered with like BMI or ASCAP? Can I even legally pay you in a check? Do I have to pay you cash?
It's LLC.
No, I'm not saying you in general, but I'm saying like the majority of these rappers, like that's what's ASCAP, what's BMI. Right. I'm like, oh shit, like that's like square one. Like I legally can't even pay you right now unless I give you some cash under the table. So I mean, a lot of times, even though the talent's there, the business is so bad that it can't be done. It's not that people don't want to do business with you; they can't. I tapped that shit in back when I was a wannabe rapper, dude. I was doing bars and stuff, and probably one of the few local artists that was getting paid. Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't making thousands of dollars and stuff, but I charged like at like bars, it was like $250, $300 or something. And then all your clubs is at least $500 to $1,000.
So where'd you get, I guess, that business savvy from then? Was that something that you acquired? Was it something that you?
My big brother is probably like my idol. You know what I'm saying? Like my big brother, dude, I've watched this dude struggle and get money and struggle and then get money and then figuring it out. Like now he's extremely successful. Multiple businesses, designs clothing, has his own lingerie company, like on major level shit. Like he's on, you know, these fashion runways with the Kardashians and all of them. And to see him come from the same place that I come from and did it on his own. We didn't have parents that could like support our dreams. Right. Not that they wouldn't. If our parents had it, they would have gave us anything in the world. But it just wasn't the reality where we're from. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Like, we were those kids in the hood that like had everything we ever wanted. We had all the Jordans and the games. We never knew we were poor. You know, we never knew we were poor. But you know, we still lived in the fucking hood. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, my parents did good with that. But watching my big brother like come from literally nothing. Right, from like a pisshead ass rapper, like just dickhead ass nigga to like multiple timeshare companies, vacation rooms, lingerie companies, designer fashion, like you name it, and his hands are in it. Yeah. My brother was actually the CEO of South Coast Records, which when I was an independent artist, I signed myself to I didn't sign myself. My brother signed me to his label and taught me business. Now, why I wasn't I mean, don't get me wrong. I got bars, you know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't consider myself to be one of the best artists out of the label because we had some powerful artists on our label. I was one of the only ones that was consistently getting paid for what I was doing. But I utilized my face card too, though. Like I didn't just drop something on YouTube and hope I got views. I was at every open mic. I was at every show, every event. I rode every coattail of every main artist that came in the city. I rode with, you know, every DJ that I could. Like I showed face, and that's why my face has been so gator after 20 years, bro. You literally can't say anything in Orlando and not mention Orap or AnOne. You just can't, because everybody knows who I am. Yeah. But that's just from consistency, bro. Like I was out there doing it.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of gets lost nowadays too. Like the importance of showing your face and being out in the public and like that face-to-face connection with people and all that. Just because, you know, again, social media is a great tool, but it doesn't, you know, you can only gain so much from that. You can only, you know, have so much influence off of that.
I mean, I feel like it has its values. Right. But face-to-face marketing establishes real life fans. Right. You know what I'm saying?
That real connection.
How do you think these gatekeepers are able to be gatekeepers? Because they've established their brand, right? To the point that, like, if you say, hey, podcast, what's the first thing that comes to your mind, right? You say Orlando artists, who's the top 3 artists coming here? There's a reason for that. And it's because they strategically did this shit. So they're not gatekeeping. They're just out hustling you. Right. Let's call it what it is. You're being out hustled. You just don't like that.
Well, and a lot of people can't I think this
sucks, bro.
Yeah,
like it's a bitch. None of us like it.
I think it's just kind of a people thing that holding yourself accountable and being honest with yourself, being truthful with yourself, looking yourself in the mirror and like really giving. Like if you can't be honest with yourself, who can you be honest to?
Bingo, bro. I'm my biggest critic.
Facts. Like, me too. shit,
dude. Even though like everybody's like, bro, what you're doing is amazing. I'm picking myself apart. You should hear me in the car. She's like, stop. You're not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I feel that 100%, especially at this point in my life where I'm, very much taking a leap and very much betting on myself. There's days where I'm driving and doing something, going here, doing that. I'm like, God damn, like, I know I could have done this. I should be doing this. I could have done that. Like, and it's, I talk to people, and even one of my friends, he called me yesterday. He's like, man, I just wanted to call you and just like, I'm really proud of you of what you're doing and things. And I meant the world to me. But then after I got off the phone, I'm like, I'm not
doing more.
Yeah.
I need
literally
more.
Immediately.
Bro,
I'm like,
literally, I shit you not, dude. I am working probably 16 to 18 hours every fucking day.
It's got to be like that.
Dude,
sometimes.
Yesterday, like my body shut down. Like I had to leave work. Like I was like, bro, I felt like I was dying. Like I had pneumia or some shit. I was like,
it'd be like that sometimes though. And I think
it's my body just turning off. Like, bro, you gotta sit the fuck down.
And a lot of people, they don't see, they see this. They see the video, they see the talk, but they don't see what goes on after it. They don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see the after hour stuff. They don't see the stuff that you're doing outside of what the goal and the dream is to feed and maintain that and keep that dream alive and things like that. And, a lot of people think that it's easy and, I just, again, like, just drop one video on YouTube or drop, something here and I'll be all right.
Just sit there and watch it.
Yeah. And it's like,
the views don't automatically come, my brother.
No.
How many times? So, I say this to artists too, like you drop your music. I would share my shit every fucking day to the point where my friends would be like, bro, like, fuck you. You share it and I won't have to share it so much. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't call me out, bro. You're just telling on yourself. Be more fucking supportive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you have to literally shove shit down their fucking throat, bro, to the point where it's like they regurgitate that shit. That's all this. It's just wash, rinse, repeat. Wash, rinse, repeat. That's all it is. That is the secret.
And it's fucking boring and it sucks. And most days it's just like, God damn, like I get tired of my own shit sometimes, but it's like, hey.
Do you know how many times a day I sit here and I'm like, do I really need this shit? Do I really? Bro, I sit up in the morning every morning and I have to have like a fucking 5-minute pep talk with myself as I'm like stretching and popping my knees and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, do I really? Can I just sleep in one more hour?
Yeah.
But no, you can't. You got to get the fuck up.
Right.
You got to go make it happen. You have to go make it happen.
I think for me, at least, part of that is too, is that like just growing up, like I've never really been like a superficial guy or like monetary things and stuff like that. And essentially that's what, I guess at its core, like I enjoy doing this. I enjoy, my other business ventures. I enjoy them to some extent, but at the root of it is I want it to be successful enough to where I could live off of it and I could, have more control of my time.
Absolutely.
But in that comes like, well, I'm not really money driven, but I know money drives the world. So I need to attain some of these. I need to attain a certain level of financial success so that I could live the life that I want to and things like that. And then there's just that constant battle in my head where it's like, fuck, really does this? Like, why am I doing like kind of the same thing?
Listen, I'm right there with you, bro. Listen, I've came up on money twice in my life and fucked it up 2 times. Off the record. It's off the record. I'm talking like money but I feel like I'm genuinely the richest now than I've ever been richer in my life, bro. My relationship with my kids is gold. Like I have beautiful people in my life. My support team is like, I can't ask for more, right? So I'm genuinely richer now than I've ever been. Do I have all the toys? And I'm like, no, but none of this shit lasts anyways. I buy something and fuck it up the same day any goddamn way. You know how many fucking cars I've destroyed, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? But the relationships, right? And the bonds that I've built over the years are forever. They're forever, bro. Like, and that makes me the richest person in the world.
Right.
And I understand like the financial freedom because I'm literally on that kick right now. But how much does it cost for you to really have financial freedom? Do you really know what you want?
Right.
Like, what is it? Like, dude, I could go buy an RV right now, bro, and chill by the beach for the rest of my life and be perfectly fine. I don't require much, but I do have kids. You know, I do have significant others. I do have, you know, other lives that I have to consider and stuff, you know, so there's definitely a part.
And I think that's kind of where it stems from for me, especially, I mean, I think just kind of like as a guy, as a man, like you kind of naturally want to do those things. You want to, and you have kids. You have, yeah, exactly.
It's not naturally. You don't have a fucking choice. That's what you were born to do. You were born to provide, bro. That's it. You know.
And that kind of, you know,
and damn, you stop it. If you stop it, you're fucking. But yeah, no. That's, as a man, you're right. That's like it's naturally in you. But that's because that's what we're taught too, though, bro.
Well, I think also, I think it. Young age, I do think also part of it is just kind of like genetically wired in us as well, because I mean, if it wasn't getting money and you know, paying the bills and providing that, it would be going out and hunting your food and bringing home a big deer so then you can eat off of it for, you know, and you don't have to worry about food for the next month or whatever.
Being a provider, bro.
Exactly.
Money doesn't make you a provider. I just want to say that right now, dude. I've been in plenty of relationship where my other at the time makes more money than me, but I still provide more because it's not a matter of what you're capable of paying. That's cool, but what are you capable of doing? You know what I mean? Like, you're talking to somebody, dude. I work, like I told you, I'm working literally, I'm not making this shit up, like 16, 18 hours a day right now, right? I still pick my kids up from school. I still do homework with my kids. I still cook my kids dinner, right? And we don't even live together. I have my own apartment. I live around the corner, but I'm going to work every morning. I'm off at 2:00. I pick my kids up. I do homework. I cook dinner. I take care of myself. Then I'm back to work and do it. It's just wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah. I think presence.
You will never out hustle me, bro. But that's because I have to do it. Like, I have too many people to depend on me.
Yeah. But also, I mean, to that point, you know, just being present is like,
it's all they ask for.
Right.
So like my oldest, he's 21. Bro, it's like my little homie is like my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, please forgive him. That's my partner, right? I was 17 years old, 17, 18 years old when he was born. I've had full custody of him since he was 3 weeks old. He's never met his mom. I'm all he's ever had, bro. So we like literally raise each other. He literally just turned 21 Sunday. And just that drive alone, bro, is enough to change every fucking thing, dude. Like, knowing that you have to do this.
Right.
You can't fail. I am my backup, dude. Like, real life, you know. I don't have mom. B, C, like, my mom loves me. She'll give me a hug and shit. I'm proud of you, baby, but I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things, bro. And it's, I did all of that and still do everything that I do every day. So it's hard for me to sit here and listen to a lot of people say, oh, well, I can't do this because of this person or this, that, and the other. I'm like, fuck that person. Bypass that person.
Right.
Who's this person? What do we have to do to get through this door? Do we buy our way through? Do I need to hire a locksmith? Like, let's figure it out. We're getting through this door.
No, for real though. Yeah, no, I mean, it is really like that. It is really like that. But I mean, people are gonna, you know, I think that just shows how much somebody really wants something or doesn't at the end of the day. Like, if, you know, how bad do you really want what you want? How, you know, what are you willing to do to get it? And if you don't want to do that, can you find another way to do it?
There you go.
And there's a billion ways to do a billion things nowadays.
Yeah, man. I mean, literally, listen, dude. My dad had a saying. My father passed away like 3 months ago, so recipes pop. But my father had a saying that stuck with me ever since I was a kid, right? My father used to tell me, he's like, I don't give a fuck if you sell balloons, right? As long as you're the best balloon salesman out there, you will make a successful living. And I never really knew what that meant until I got, you know, like, older. It doesn't matter what you do, bro. As long as you strive to be the best at it, you will be successful.
Right.
It does not matter what you do. Be the best at it.
For sure. For sure. I think that gets lost a lot too. I think, you know, just again, like with a lot of people seeing just instant success and like kind of the convenience that we live in today, you know, kind of the day-to-day stuff, the things that people don't see behind the scenes gets lost, and people just want that, you know, they want the microwave success.
Well, that, like you said, with social media, the power behind it is it looks like it's instant success.
Right.
I mean, think about your favorite song right now on the radio, right? You know, that shit came out like 3 years ago before you heard it on the radio now, right? Like, it's not that.
Yeah.
It's what the image is. You know, it's what they want you to believe, but it's really not.
Yeah, man. It's a fucking crazy world we live in.
It's just crazy. With media, how media can literally. So I have a friend, she's a photographer, right? And I was watching her edit some shit earlier, and she like literally just cropped some entire shit out of a picture with like a fucking button. And I was like, yo, what the fuck did you just do?
Change the whole perception, the whole perspective of that shit.
It just made me fucking think about everything I've ever seen in my life. Like, I can't believe it. It's not real. Everything. This bro, AI shit's crazy, bro.
I mean, shit. I mean, and we've seen it more. I mean, it's been a thing for as long as media has been a thing, but I think a lot of it has come to light, especially in the last 5 years, especially during COVID and things like that. How much mainstream media and things like that is manipulated to kind of.
Oh, of course, it's everything's bought, but everything's business,
right?
But that's why I say I challenge you to be better at business. You're not being gatekeep. You're being out hustled.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can think of, 3 artists off the top of my head that are from here. They left and they made it. And,
bro, without saying names, I can name you 3 artists from Crosstown that make more money than your favorite rapper.
Shit.
Do everybody know about them? Yeah, in a certain vicinity. But outside of this, they don't target this.
Yeah.
They're selling records in Italy,
right,
and Germany, but it's making a big paycheck for them. But if I was to say their name, you'd be like, never heard of them. Of course not. They're not trying to target the home. Like, they're trying to target bigger than that.
Well, I mean, I can think of guys like Tech Nine, guys like that have never had platinum records or anything like that, but they have their core audience. They know who they're targeting, and they're fucking living good, chilling. Guys like Larry June, guys like that Absolutely. They know what the hell they're doing.
The core following,
right?
It's just that they establish a real fan base. Look at Lil Boosie, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I know you know who Lil Boosie. Yeah. Lil Boosie was one of my favorite rappers growing up, so I know you know who fucking Boosie. He's still relevant.
Yeah.
Is Boosie on a bigger platform than a lot of these artists that are coming up? No. But how many of these artists can sell out like Boosie in his selected area? Mm-hmm. He knows his demographic.
Right.
North Carolina, Baton Rouge, anywhere, bro, Boosie will sell out anything. Now, we say Boosie, and we all know who it is, but Boosie is so much more similar to a household name than you realize. He just made his household name a brand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that's a perfect example. I know Boosie person. Shout out Boosie if you see this.
Hey, shout out. Hopefully you do see this shit.
Probably gonna see this and be like, hey, bro, why you talking shit, bro? No.
It's time to come on. Fuck.
I'll play it, bro. No. Shout out to, bro, listen, Boosie was definitely like somebody that we learned a lot from too, watching how he maneuvers and shit and how he locks in the industry. Boosie is so well loved, bro. It's not even funny.
Yeah, no, for real.
Like, he's so well loved, bro. That man moves like the president.
For real.
He can't go nowhere without.
So who would you say like some of your biggest inspirations are? Just in what you're doing now, when you were rapping, just as far as just everything that you're doing right now as a whole.
My first biggest inspiration was my brother.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. I was like fucking 5, 6 years old. I'll never forget. My brother was at our house and a big ass stretch limo come to pick him up for a show, and he opened up the door and it's got Tupac in there.
Damn.
You got Humpty Hump. You got all the digital underground. And I'm just like, wow, my brother knows who Tupac is.
Right.
Right. Mind you, Tupac is just getting big.
Right.
But he was big.
Yeah.
There were fucking tapes back then, bro. Like, we're like paying kids to draw fly. You know what I'm saying? With no print shop
especially
like that.
Then too, like the star power that people had, I felt like was a lot more because there wasn't the easy access like there is now. So like the aura and like the kind of the larger than life characters was a lot easier to build back then because nowadays
everybody saturated for sure. So definitely give my brother that one, because now you hear Tupac and everybody, oh my God. I'm like, bro, I remember when Tupac was a dancer for the group that my brother was a part of.
That's wild. What I'm saying?
Like,
that is
like, so that was definitely like big bro. Shout out to big bro. Love you, dog. Definitely probably my first real idol. Music wise, dude, from an artist perspective, It's kind of tough, bro. From an artist perspective, believe it or not, I would say probably like Ludacris. Cause you gotta remember my era and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I feel people forget how big Ludacris was.
Ludacris is so underrated, bro.
For real.
I don't think they forget.
I mean, even still now.
I think they forget who fucking Ludacris had signed under him. Like,
right.
With DTP.
Yeah.
But
I mean, isn't he's what you first see when you go to the Atlanta airport when he's like, it's Ludacris right there. Like
Ludacris is a brand, bro. Just think about every Fast and the Furious movie. Like he was so much bigger than an artist. So like that inspired me. To be like, yo, you can literally do anything you fucking want to.
Right.
Like I watched this dude from like The Box. It was probably past your day, but back in the day, we had this shit on TV called The Box. It was a channel, and you would have to call in and listen to it and request a music video, and they charge you like $1 to watch that shit.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but I remember Ludacris just fucking taking over everything.
Yeah.
It's in terms of an artist. Now, in terms of like more of the position I'm, you know, more in now, I would say, bro, probably like Master P. I mean,
dude, he was doing everything. He was in the NBA, just playing basketball.
Dude's from up the bridge from where I'm from, so like you can't not know who anybody from Louisiana is. You just can't. It's like hours away. You know what I'm saying, bro? P made his first $1 million selling tapes out of a trunk, his own shit. Went got him his own. Like, bro, you couldn't out hustle P. And just watching like how he would just drop. Cause like back then, bro, we didn't have fucking iTunes and Apple Music and shit. Motherfucker, you had to go every weekend to Disc Jockey or, you know, like a CD store or something like a Sam Goody or something like that and buy something. And you would get flyers. So like every week, right? Like I remember even as a kid, dude, you would get like a paper every week. And it would have different flyers, whether it be from like Radio Shack and like Sam Goody, you know, all of those shits. And Master P had so many artists, bro, that like you would turn to like the hip hop section and there would be like 13, 14 releases on the same day, all No Limit. From, you know, Silk the Shocker, No Limit. See, like it was just insane. And then you go back and you look at his catalog, bro. At one time, a dude had like 30 artists on his label and they were dropping. Selling out their cars. So like as a mogul, P was probably the first one to inspire me. Now I'm not going to say that I have one person.
Yeah.
Now I like to grab a little bit from here, a little bit from there. I would like to say that I have like my own style at this point. Yeah. But definitely as, you know, pieces that are stolen off of.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of, you know, you kind of start with one, and as you get older, you start kind of running into other people that you admire, different traits, and then you kind of, you know, once you get to a certain age, you start forming it into your own thing.
You learn that along the way that you can learn something from everybody.
Right.
Even if it's something not to do. You still learn from that. You know what I'm saying? You still learn from that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it boils down, like I learned at an early age what I actually wanted. And so I've been so focused on that it was not easy, but it was more easily for me to obtain those things.
Right.
But I stayed focused. Bro, all my homeboys be out partying. I'm just at home raising my kids, stacking my money, bro. Like you ask anybody that's known me, like I took care of home base first and stack. I show face. We go out if it made me money.
Right.
If it didn't, I had more valuable shit to spend my time on. That's always gonna be my children. I got 4 now, so you know I'm a busy man, dude. Like I don't. You talking about first cars and graduations and back to school clothes and Christmases and shit. Like, dude, I told my kids this year, I said, Santa ain't coming because of the tariffs. My 6-year-old, I hate Donald Trump. I was like, that's my boy.
Like, he's about to fight. He's talking about those stimulus checks.
Man, what the fuck am I gonna do with $2,000 with 4 kids?
Not much, but
I can't even pay my rent with that.
Shit.
On one of my places. That don't even cover the rent on my apartment, bro.
Damn.
Inflation's so goddamn high. What is 2 G's gonna get you, bro?
Real shit.
Not that I ain't saying I ain't grateful. I'm grateful for anything you give me. I don't care that. I'm gonna get it regardless, but that's that dangling carrot shit. Like, come here, boy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It was the same with during COVID and shit like that. Like that shit was nice, but you know.
But
once you get older, you start realizing
what I
how
did with my stimulus check. I spent that shit on fishing, bro. I spent 10 G's in 6 weeks on deep sea fishing. I went fishing every day because the only thing that was open was this, what they call it, essentials. Well, fishing and hunting's an essential.
Is it really?
Yeah, bro. I booked a charter every day for like 6 weeks straight, bro. I didn't go to work. I didn't do shit. I went fishing every day, bro.
Damn, they really label that as essential workers, huh?
It's essential. It's fucking you feeding your family.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Especially as a commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because like I was working. I mean, I'm still in landscaping, but I was working for Walmart at the time for their landscaping division, and we were considered essential workers as well.
Yeah, I mean, shit like that is a necessity to be able to survive, bro.
Right.
So I mean, that's what I did with my stimulus check.
Damn, deep sea fishing. I went once, but that shit is,
bro. So
that shit's kind of intense.
New show alert coming. It's not 100% set in stone, but it is 100% set in stone. I can't tell you any dates or any of this stuff. But I'm actually going to be starting one of my first shows again.
Like you're going to be hosting and shit?
Yeah, so I have 2 shows that I'm bringing back. One of them's fishing with rappers. I'm going to take all my rappers and I'm going to take them offshore fishing.
Oh, shit.
Fucking 40, 50 miles.
Yeah, that should be...
Take them out of the regular element.
Be interesting. Right? And then just kind of like have it like a...
You have your regular interview, but you got them in a different element. Now you're going to get a different version of them.
Facts, yeah.
You know, and just think about how many people haven't been fishing, let alone fucking 40 miles offshore where you might see a bird every now and then. But I do this for real life, so you're safe with me. Like, you know what I mean? Like we're going out on like $1 million boats. We're fine, bro. Like we'll be all right.
Well, I mean, it's got to be too, because some of those fucking little tiny ass boats that go out there is like, that's not really conducive for a good interview or like bringing equipment and shit like that.
Oh no, I mean it's definitely got to be somewhat of comfort.
Right.
That's why I can't give you an exact date. I don't want to do anything while it's cold.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be like early 2026, maybe. Yeah, let's say early 2026. My newest show that will be coming up soon. I'll make sure I keep you updated. It's on release dates. Is going to be. I'm bringing back a show that I started back when Facebook Live first started.
Damn,
that's how long I was doing this shit. It was like Facebook Live, bro. Like live. You got to use your webcam. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm bringing back Up and Coming Raw. So it's going to be an opportunity for up and coming artists to get a little bit of exposure. Again, I can't go into all the details, but I do have some big media outlets supporting it, so it's definitely going to have.
And that, like, I guess not giving too much away, but is it going to be like more interview style, or like kind of like them getting on and like promoting one of their songs, rapping, freestyling type shit like that?
It's a mix of both. Let's say that without giving out too much. They're definitely going to be more catered towards the performance and this, that, and the other. But I'm definitely going to do more of who are you? Not necessarily a full-fledged like interview, like who the artist is, proper introduction, where can we find you, this, that, and the other. Because again, the thing that I'm working on the most is artist development. Right. So with my show, I want to take these artists and try to develop them, or at least push them in the right direction. Right. So that one will probably be around January. That one's ready to go. I'm just kind of waiting on a few missing components here and there, because I'm in the middle of doing like a complete refab. So for those that don't know, my entire studio has been gutted and being redone. So we have 6 days to open.
Shit, man.
Come see me opening day and pray for your boy.
Yeah, you got a lot on your plate right now, dog, but it seems like you're handling it with as much grace as you can.
I mean, I could stress out about it and cry, but what the fuck is that going to get me?
Nah, I feel you, dog. Shit.
I've always been more of a cups half full.
Right.
Perspective is everything, brother. It's how you look at it.
I'm also somebody, too, that's like, it's never a good time to panic. That shit don't
panic. All right, so you want to know my secret, guys? For those of you want to know how my secret on how I balance it, I have ADHD. So, like, I have a chemical imbalance. It just kind of helps me not give a shit about certain things. Shout out to ADHD.
There you go. Shit. Sometimes you got to use your disadvantages to your advantage.
Your advantage, bro.
Right? Shit. It's like, it's not going away, so how can I make this shit work for me?
You remember that Dave Chappelle episode where he's like in an important business meeting? He's like, dude, like showing his mind with his thing. He's like playing a flute. Like, that's me like 80% of the day. And I'm just being honest. So dude, I don't know, bro. I came from fucking piss poor conditions, dude. Like, I've had an extremely rough life, but I don't choose to dwell on that shit. Like, I am so happy in my life right now, bro. I have so much to live for. I have good people in my corner, beautiful kids. Like, dude, I had an amazing woman. Like, you know, I have so much to be grateful for in my life that it's like, how could I be upset?
No,
I could pull my hair out, but I ain't got nothing left anyway. So.
Started the beard now.
Fuck that. Don't touch the beard, boy. That's all I got left.
Nah, I feel that, man. I definitely, you know, I think, you know, we share a lot of the same mindset in that aspect as far as like, you know, just got to make the most of what you got. You can bitch about it, you can complain about it, but that's not going to make anything any better.
Nothing, bro.
You got to fucking do some shit about it.
If you never listen to any advice that anybody ever gives you, bro, stop stressing shit that's out of your control. If you can't control it, handle it, and fix it on your own, fuck it.
Amen.
Don't stress about it. It's not worth the anxiety. Brother, it's not worth the stress. It's just not worth it. Laugh that shit off. Life goes on.
Yeah.
Because what me and you consider a shitty day, just think about other people in the world, dude, what they go through.
Right.
Me and you can walk to our bathroom and fucking flush a toilet or get a drink of water. Like, there's so much shit that, like, we take for granted on a day-to-day basis. Is like, why would you be upset?
Yep. And I think, and I've mentioned this a lot of times on the podcast, is that, you know, when your basic needs are met, you start creating your own problems and you start creating issues for yourself. You know, so basic needs, food, water, shelter, things like that. When all those things are met, and then you kind of like, I feel like naturally you kind of have to put something in that place. So you start stressing yourself out over things that, again, like you can't control, things that, you know, don't even fucking matter. It's just, you know, whatever, you fucking stubbed your toe, you have a hole in your sock or something like that, and people will just like stress about little shit like that. It's like,
bro, listen, I will wear a hole in my sock right now today. I do not give a shit. Like,
I just had to purge my closet in my sock drawer, my underwear drawer and shit, because I'll ride that shit until the end.
I literally just had this conversation. I'm like, yo, I had to go get some underwear. I was down to like 5 pair, bro.
For real, it's like, but those are my favorite.
To be fair, I'm picky on what I put on my body. So it's I can't just buy anything. You know what I'm saying? But no, dude, I get it. But and you know, we talked a little bit about it before. I told you, I've ran into money. I've wasted money, bro. I've tried to retire twice. The first time I was like 21 and 22 or some shit. I played golf every day for like 6 months and then like begged my homeboy to give me a job because I was so bored. I played every fucking video game. I've golfed every golf course in Florida. Like, I went fishing every day. I'm like, I'm bored. I need to go to work.
I think there's only... The thought of like early retirement sounds good, and in theory it sounds great until you're actually in it. And like you said, you start doing the same thing for 6 months and you're not doing anything really with purpose. It becomes very like, what the fuck? Like, what is the point?
Nothing's a purpose when it's easily accessible, bro. When you know you got money in the bank, and you could literally wake up and go do whatever the fuck you want to today, tomorrow, the next day. Like, bro, nothing. Nothing of it at that point is any value. Right. Like, bro, fuck that. Get a different hobby. Get another passion. Like, find something else to do that's like worth your time, and never stop. I mean, that's what I would tell my prior self. And stop drinking. You know, drinking's not always good, bro. And you don't have to buy bottles for everybody in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you live and you learn, brother. Right. But I don't regret anything in my life, dude. I would not change any of it. I'm so proud of who I am in life, bro. I genuinely wouldn't change any of it, because even like the worst parts of it like made me learn something.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, like you said before, you got to take lessons out of shit. Like, you know, you got to fucking...
Like I said, even if it's like what not to do.
Right.
You know, it's up to you to make a positive out of negative, dude. And my outlook of it is like, dude, irregardless, I got to wake up and go to work tomorrow. Irregardless, we got to pay these fucking bills.
Right. Like, you know, it was funny because I was actually talking to my sister about this like a couple weeks ago, and, you know, just kind of just having life conversation, the state of the world, blah, 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 this and that. And I don't know how we got on the topic of like the world going to war and shit like that, whatever. And I'm like, well, listen, regardless if we go to war or not, I'm still gonna have to wake up and grind. The grind's always gonna fucking be there. So, and even if we do go to war and we make it out on the other side, guess what? Still gonna have to fucking grind for something. So like, what am I gonna sit here and fucking complain about this shit and fucking, oh my God, the world is in such a bad place.
You gotta look at it like this. Strategically, it's just not gonna affect us. I have too many people. So I come from a military background, but we're the only country in the world that literally has bases in every country in the world.
Right.
Don't worry, you'll be all right.
Yeah, no. Again, but those
hamburgers might cost you $27.99 a fucking patty, but at least you'll be able to go home tonight and get $55,000 a month. But
that
you know what I mean?
That goes back to the that shit's out of my control. What the fuck am I gonna worry about that shit? It's like,
bro, gas prices. You have to have gas.
Yeah.
But what about food? You got to eat.
Right.
Like we can bitch about it all day long, or you could just go make money.
Right.
Go make more money. I challenge anybody right now, and I don't care what backlash I get from this right now. There is so many ways that you can make money right now. Even if you're sitting at home with your kids and you're a single mom, there's so many different ways for you to make money right now. I challenge you, instead of putting in the effort and bitching and complaining about what the world's going wrong, put in the effort into doing something else for yourself.
Facts.
Get another income.
Facts.
I'm not rich. I know I got like 3 different incomes at least. I hustle every day. You're not rich. You got multiple incomes. You hustle every day. You have to survive. Or you can sit around and bitch about it.
And on that note, I think that's a great place to
you know
to end this, because what else can you say after that? Man, I appreciate you for coming on. I was looking forward to this because just from the conversations that we've had before, just off camera, when I'm going to go do the podcast with Bubba and Pink or with Jay and all that, and what you got going on over at your studio and all that, the merger, bringing the city together, the music scene together is definitely again, step in the right direction. I feel like 2026 is going to be a big year for a lot of people.
Definitely. And if you're affiliated with me in any way, 2026 is your year. Write this shit down. Quote it.
You heard it. Heard it. Man, I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, brother.
No, thank you for coming.
It's awesome to be on like this side of the camera compared,
Hey, yeah, whenever you want to come on, man. I mean, like I said, right now I got this shit convenient as fuck. So whenever you want to come on,
I love the setup, though. The energy. So I'm real big on energy, bro. And the energy is
yeah. That's kind of I do need to kind of clean it up in here, tighten some things up a little bit.
But I'm cool with tightening it. This actually is not bad. I got kids.
So you used to this shit. But this is episode 242 of the No Hangover podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow on all platforms. We are on YouTube, we're on Spotify, and we're on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on our socials on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast and on TikTok at No_Hangover. I will be coming with more solo content, more topic-based videos just of myself. So if you guys have anything that you guys want me to talk about, anything like that, feel free to let me know, DM me, any of that shit. I am easy to access until I'm not.
Pause.
So
pause. I am not as easily successful as he is.
Shit, I gotta be right now.
Again, for your boy, it's your boy AnOne, aka Anthony, for those who know me by my government, but I prefer you don't. Orap Studios on IG. Literally anything Orap Studios. Be looking forward to I4 Studios, though. The name will be changing. It has already changed. The wheels are already in motion. Orap isn't dead. It is very much alive, but we just chose to grow at a different rate. So definitely check out I4 Records. Check out I4 Studios. Shout out to all my artists. We got Richie Rich. We got 613 Twisty. I got 730 Turk. I got Tony Boy. Shout out 10% CMG. Big Dave, we see you. Sierra, everybody on the team, we love you. We appreciate you. Orlando, get ready. Get ready. Ride with us. It's going to be fun.
And with that, everybody love everybody. Deuces.
Peace.
Nice.